Okay, Coach. Bengals wrapped up practice number 2 of spring ball. First of all, how's the defense feeling? How are we doing going into the start of
Oh, going in now, it's come a long way since last year. Obviously, going into year 2, we got much higher expectations. The guys are way more confident, way more competent in what we're asking them to do. So we're very excited, very energetic, and just got to solidify a couple spots before we get to fall camp.
Okay, so let's start with the backers. Tell me about the group. Who are probably the bigger names that we have returning, first of all?
Bigger names we have returning: Nate Reynolds, all-conference guy last year, team captain. Jackson Irwin, a guy that came in and made an immediate impact. He's really dangerous off the edge as a pass rusher. Those are the 2 bigger names that contributed last year. They're going to be with us. A couple of the younger guys really excited about Ryder Holt. He played in a couple games. We're able to redshirt him last year, but showed what he could do in that Montana game, made some good plays. Jacob Perez really stepped up as a quality guy last year, and he's pushing for a lot of playing time. So those 4 are going to be in the mix fighting each other.
And then any new guys that we need to be looking out for during spring ball?
During spring ball, we moved Kai Callan over from wideout, was a wideout last year. Really a very disciplined young man, isn't afraid of contact, just got to learn the nuances of the position. As quick as he can pick up that change and adjustment, he's got the skill set to be really good. Big believer in Porter Lee and Devin Rodriguez. Those guys are just playmakers. They've got some athleticism, they've got a little bit of nasty to them. Really young up-and-comers that have a lot of spark.
Kai, we now have a linebacker that moved to the running backs, and now we have an offensive player that moved to the linebackers. Is there anything about the position group that allows that switch, or it did just work out that way?
Yeah, something in my career, we've had a lot of success doing that. I tell the guys all the time, the high school, where you played in high school, your high school coach's job is to win games for them. Okay, so they're going to put you where they need. And normally, guys in the high school level that play quarterback, running back, wide receiver, that's because they're the best athletes on the field. Not necessarily that they're best at that position, but the coach has got to get the ball in their hands some way, shape, or form. So I love moving those guys over to defense because, 1, they're used to being playmakers, and then 2, they usually understand a great amount of football because their team's usually centered around them. So as long as they're capable physically and then have that screw loose that you need to be a good linebacker, we can move those dudes over, and Pitt does a great job getting them strong enough, putting a little weight on them, and then they become really good players. So you saw a great example of it this year, Texas Tech, the Butkus Award winner. His name was Rodriguez as well, Jacob Rodriguez. He was a quarterback starting his college career, ended up moving to linebacker, and he was the best defensive player in the nation. Really exciting when you get to do that, and it really challenges me as a coach because that's what I do, right? I can't make them much faster, I can't make them grow taller, but I can teach them the intricacies of the position.
So you're going into year 2 now, running the defense here at ISU. How do you feel year 1 went? Do you feel you achieved the goals that you had set for a year 1 program, first of all?
No, and that's a little bit of coach speak because we're never satisfied, but crap, I thought we could have played better, to be honest. I'm disappointed in myself a little bit early on. I needed to teach better, I needed to train better, because those first couple games we gave up way too many rushing yards and hurt us in critical situations. When you have the lead in the 4th quarter in 3 of your first 6 games and you lose all 3 of them, I put a lot of pressure on myself. That's on me. Now, I do think the process worked, and I think you could see that as a fan and as a football person as the season went along. We just got better and better every game. We were learning from our mistakes, but we just made too many different mistakes over and over till about the midpoint of the season. I was telling the guys I really believed we needed a game like UC Davis. It was a little bit grimy, gritty. We played the first half really crappy on D. We played the second half really lights out. We held them without a touchdown in the second half, and that's maybe the most explosive offense in the country, or one of them. And it just, you could see the light switch in the guys. They started to believe that, hey, we can be really good. And then we went on a tear and played elite defense for the last 3.5 games of the season and showed people what we could be.
So growing off of that defense then, obviously, you want to be better. You're not where you want to be yet, though, but you've now had some of that success that you can build on. So what do you press with the guys? What's the mentality going forward into spring, fall, into the season?
Yeah, so this time of the year, I tell them we got to get bigger, faster, stronger, smarter. Right? Some component of all of those the guys need to do. There were times we got a little out-athleted. We got to take who we have. We got to get them better. We had to recruit pieces that were better. And I think we brought in some really talented athletic pieces. And then we, as coaches, we got to get them smarter. We got to get them understanding football situations. I go back to that Montana game. I want to freaking pull my hair out because we got a young player back there. They run a double move with a senior guy. We bite on it. Just some of that football savvy we were missing at times, that IQ. And that just comes with a million repetitions in the film room, teaching the guys how to study football. And as we do that, we won't make those mistakes. We'll end up making the plays, and then everybody's really happy, and I become some guru because the guys did it right, and everybody wins there.
A bunch of new guys. D-line has new guys, backers, the safeties and the corners have, I feel like, a bunch of new guys. How do you integrate them into your defense and get them to be Bengals, basically?
Yeah, I always try to explain this, my personality. If you can show me why it works and how it works, then usually I can buy into something and see the end result. And so we want to start there. We want to show them that, hey, how the basis of the defense accentuates their skill set, how they're going to be able to make plays, how they're going to fit in. And just, that's the motivation most people need. They want to feel wanted. They want to feel loved. They want to feel that they have a purpose. And so all those guys, we got to make sure that they're feeling that on the team. And then we can hopefully elevate everything with the athletic ability they brought in, because we brought in some dudes that can run. We brought in some length. We brought in a couple things that I think we were missing last year from that standpoint. Now it's got to fit in as a football player.
All right, last two questions. From the guys, from the players, what is the big thing that you want to see out of your defenders in spring camp over the next couple of weeks?
We got to learn how to strain. That's one thing that's really hard. People, just human nature, the psychology of people is to not go our hardest, is to go the minimum needed to get the job done. And on the football field, we got to be the opposite. We got to have that screw loose. And so we really got to train ourselves that when we're tired, when we're all this, we still got another gear we can push through, focus that way. I want them to take some mastery and ownership in the defense. I want to give them tools that they have in their toolbox and let them go out and use it. Last year, we were a little too robotic at times, counting on me as the play caller to just put us in the perfect position. And as much as I want to take pride in myself, I suck at predicting the future. That's not something that most people do really well. So I want to empower the players on the field that when they see something, hey, they can take ownership, put themselves in a good position. So if we can do those two things, I think we'll be ready when it comes time for fall camp to then keep mastering stuff.
Okay, and then last question. What do you want to see out of your staff during spring camp?
Out of the staff, we got to be better too. That's the reality of all of us. And I feel bad. I look back, I was talking to some of my former players, and I'm like, man, I wish I was your coach now, because every year I get better. I make a mistake and I correct it. And so that's something that's often it's taken for granted in coaches. Like, they should know everything all the time. Well, that's not how the world works. Football changes, come up with new things. So I'm very excited with the staff. I love the guys I work with. They make me better every day. I challenged them this offseason to go learn and bring back some things that we can add to the defense, little wrinkles, and they all did a phenomenal job of that. So we've got a couple things that I really think in modern day football and what we're getting from the offenses are going to put us in a good position that we didn't have next year. And so we got to be better coaches. Coaches are teachers. Okay, it's not what we know, it's what our players will understand, and so we've got to communicate that to them in a clear, concise manner, and I'm really excited because I think the guys are doing that right now.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
I appreciate it.